Okay, I want to welcome everyone to our webinar. We're happy to have you here. Before we begin, I want to make sure everyone can hear us and see our screen, so please let us know by typing into the chat box if you are experiencing any problems with the connection. This is the second of 3 summer lunchtime webinars we are presenting. Our desire is to provide you with information that is both useful and time-saving to you and your business. Today focuses on providing you with 5 tips and tricks for email management. They include how to manage and organize your email, some productive approaches to tackling email issues, and reducing time spent in your inbox. A common complaint we hear is that email is overwhelming. Let's face it, we all get a lot of email each day. It is part of being a business owner in the year 2016. The way we deal with it can be the make it or break it around the chaos of endless email. Hopefully today's webinar will give you some tips and actions that you can implement in your own business to help you reduce the email craziness. Just a couple of housekeeping guidelines. Dee and I want to let you know that we welcome your questions. In order to get through our presentation, we ask that you wait until the very end of the webinar to ask us those questions. If you think you'll forget them, please feel free to type them into the chat box and we will answer them at the end. And we know that your day is filled with a million things to do, and for that reason, we will be sticking to a no more than 30-minute webinar today. Again, we're just so glad you were able to join us, so let's get started. For those of you who may not already know us, we're going to introduce ourselves to you and give you just a bit of background on who we are. Of course, my name is Pamela Leverance, but most people call me Pam. I'm the owner of the firm Balance Numbers Consulting Services. My business is run from within the cloud. I started consulting in 2009 on a very part-time basis, as I was also holding an elected position in my town at the time. In 2014, I decided to open my doors as a full-time business, and I haven't looked back since. I have over 30 years of experience in the business world. I have held management positions in both the education and health fields, as well as administrative and accounting positions in the financial field. I decided to run for political office in my town and held the position of tax collector for nearly 13 years. I've been actively involved in my community since 1991, and I'm currently a member of the library board. I enjoy being a part of a small community and making a difference in people's lives. I also enjoy helping small business owners to get their business up and running, organizing and defining their roles and duties, and assisting them in managing their daily activities, such as with emails and calendars, basically creating a sensible work-life balance for them. I also am a business coach because I enjoy guiding entrepreneurs through the process of setting goals and supporting their successes. Bookkeeping and budgeting is just another arm of my business, where I assist business owners with managing their finances. My passion is to see business owners flourish by giving them needed support in vital areas. I love to help others, and I truly care about their success in getting them organized and comfortable in their business operations. I keep up on all the latest technological advances and continue to learn and grow by attending conferences and taking classes on various business topics each year. While I am not working, I spend most of my time with my 5 little loves, Haley, Emma, Sophia, Cole, and Ava. Being a young grandma has opened my eyes to the world in a whole new way. In my spare time, I love to read, hike, bake, and I dabble in photography. I also love to spend time with my husband traveling around the United States, exploring new places, especially anywhere near the ocean. In fact, I'm setting off on a new adventure at the end of October, where I will be flying to the West Coast and driving back cross-country, keeping a daily live video diary. I'm so excited about this, and I'm making new plans every day. And so here's Dee to tell us more about her business and herself.
Thank you, Pam. Hi, I'm Dee Bergschneider, aka Virtual Dee. I'm a creative admin guru that helps small businesses and entrepreneurs in all phases of their business. My goal is to assist my client with day-to-day tasks and help them check things off their to-do list so they can focus on growing their business. My specialty is administrative services, graphic design, HR, and operations management. I strive to not only meet but exceed my clients' expectations with a customized approach to helping them meet their goals. I bring over 15 years of experience as a small business owner with a hands-on operation to my clients. As a former UPS Store franchisee, I grew a business from the ground up, starting at 0 customers and 0 sales. I survived a corporate buyout that yielded a brand change for my business, a business relocation for my store, the recession of 2008, and a storefront rebuild after a car drove through. I held a seat on the board for the local Chamber of Commerce for 6 years with my final duty as the chair of the executive committee. I've served on the United Way board, volunteered as a parade coordinator for a yearly town festival, and helped organize several annual charity runs. I'm a self-starter, determined, detail-oriented, task-driven, and love to help customers. In my spare time, I'm a wife and mother of 2. I love to golf, run, hike, and seek new adventures with my husband and children. The most important things in life are to teach my children by example to live, laugh, and love.
Awesome.
So now I think we're ready to just go ahead and get started into our webinar here about email management. Email is one of the most important forms of communication. It provides you immediate access to others, in the same breath provides others immediate access to you. You accomplish so many of your daily goals by using this important business tool. From to-do list, answering and asking questions, requesting support, sharing files, or soliciting business, the tool is invaluable to you and your business. But it needs to be effectively managed, or else it becomes a very cluttered mess of sticky notes all over your computer screen. You know that point where you look at your desk after a whirlwind week and a question what some of these notes even mean, and how do I organize them in a fashion so they make sense. It's best to start off on the right foot and organize your inbox so information is easy to find and access. You can start by setting up multiple accounts for different forms of communication that will come across your desk. Info, support, billing, service. These headings each assist you in identifying what type of inquiry it is and assigning it to the correct department or person to delegate the task. Follow-up tracking and monitoring of inquiries is also made easier with these different emails in place. Keep your personal email and work email separate. When signing up for personal store rewards or personal information, make sure to give those companies a personal email. These businesses will solicit you multiple times per day to get you to buy, and it's very tempting to go in and take a peek at the deal of the day and what they have to offer. When signing up for blogs or freebies for your business, use a free email account such as Yahoo or Gmail. This will keep those solicitations out of your workflow inbox and together in a place where they're easy to read at a quiet, designated time. Make it a daily practice to deal with your emails and make decisions to act now or do later if you're waiting for more information or if it's for reference only. Delete any unnecessary emails and keep ahead of emptying the trash and spam folders as well. I like to empty my spam folder at the end of every day and my trash folder once a week. Delegate when you can. Your different email headings will easily assist you in that process. Forward on to persons responsible for tasks and use this method to quickly communicate to your team members without having to have another meeting. I have my team give me a simple done reply when I can check the task off my to-do list. Store and archive only what you need. I save only things that will be important in the future, and once a quarter go through and clean house in my different folders. What seems important today may be information that can be deleted in a few months. If an item sits in my inbox for more than 30 days, it's most likely not that important. Revisit down through your inbox every month in an effort to purge and declutter. Tackle what you can on a daily basis at set times. Avoid starting your day by opening your email first, and try not to keep your email open all day long. Set a schedule to look at emails 3 to 4 times per day at no more than 20 minutes each time. If a correspondence is urgent in nature, only take the time to address that particular email. If anything needs to be a lengthy interaction, take quiet time to simulate your thoughts and compose accordingly. Spend time to train yourself on this important communication tool. Learn to run your email, or your email will run your day.
Awesome. That was great. Thanks, Dee.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, so we are on to organizing your email. Creating folders within your inbox is a good first step to organizing yourself. When you think about creating a folder system, you can approach it several different ways. I'm going to talk about 3 specific methods today. One of the easiest folder methods is called the action folder method. This is setting up your inbox by labeling folders for specific purposes, such as client, vendor, for reference, need to review. You get the idea. Each folder is targeted to your needs and how you want to tackle your email. This way, all your information is kept in a specific category and makes it easier for you to keep track of and deal with. Another method to consider is called the Days of the Week folders. Basically, you create 7 folders, each named for a day of the week. This is a system that's really helpful when you have a lot of deadline dates and need to better track those dates. Each email gets put into a reply by a certain day of the week folder, and you won't have the tendency to overlook emails with task due dates. The third method is affectionately known as the 5 Ds. Deal with it. Emails you need to look at within the next 24 hours. Delete it. Something you are sure that you don't need, you can delete immediately. Delegate it. If you work with team members, these are the emails that you will most likely be delegating to someone else. You need to take the time to review them, a kind of speed read, and then you will pass it along to a team or staff member. Drag it. These are emails that you will need to transfer to another system that you use, such as a task management system where you keep track of specific emails. Do it later. These are emails that need action, but not immediate. These are things that can wait. Now, when creating folders, keep in mind that the folder systems I just mentioned are just one of the ways to start to get your email organized. Some of you may already use a folder system and find you still need something to pinpoint your focus even more. My email of choice is Gmail. I love its simplicity, its features, and how it works well with many add-on systems that I use. You may use another system, but I'm going to touch briefly on some of the great additions you can make to Gmail to make it even more special. Gmail has a system where you can tag emails, color code them, mark as important, move to tasks, or even a neat feature labeled Archive, where emails aren't deleted, they are just sent to a hiding place behind the scenes. That way, if you ever need to refer to an old email for some reason, you can use Gmail's search feature to locate it by sender's name or subject. Another great email feature is the filter system. When you filter emails in Gmail, it allows you to redirect emails as they arrive, which saves you the trouble of having to sort and manage your messages manually. For instance, you might want to direct all emails from client XYZ to a folder that you have labeled XYZ. You can also use filters to send emails from a specific address directly to the trash, so you never even have to see them. Auto response is a great feature to use. These are also called canned responses or templates, depending on the email system that you use. This can save a lot of time if you find yourself typing and retyping the same response to multiple people. Save it as a template and use that every time you find yourself answering emails for a specific concern, such as, what services do you offer? Flagging for importance or action is another great feature to use to stay organized. I have one particular client that needs immediate response when I receive an email. I have flagged all his incoming email as important, and I make sure I review these first. Having an email signature can save you a lot of time and reflects a certain type of professionalism that many people are looking for. Not to mention, you can really give all sorts of information in your personalized email signature. Consider using the signature setup function in your email, or try adding on an app that will do even fancier stuff like WiseStamp or Visify. Cool and so much fun to play around with. Some of my other favorite add-ons are followup.cc, which is basically sending up follow-ups to emails that you sent and haven't been replied to, notifies you if an email needs a follow-up, and allows you to schedule an email to be sent out at a later date or time. Uber awesome features, especially if you are using Gmail and Salesforce together. My personal favorite is Boomerang. I actually wrote a blog on this one because it changed my email life. What you can do with Boomerang is similar to followup.cc, but I just love the word boomerang, and it was such an easy add-on to my Gmail. The best part for me is that when I get an email reminding me that I have a bill due 20 days from now, I can just boomerang it to come back to me on the day and time of my choice. How awesome is that? There are so many more features I could talk about, but I want to make sure we stick to our webinar's promise of 30 minutes or less, so we're moving on to give you some more info on reducing time.
Thank you, Pam. In order to create the focus necessary to be productive in our day, we need to reduce the amount of time spent in our inbox. Shutting off notifications can be the first step in creating that focus. Those annoying notifications pop up in the middle of any task and beg you to look at me, read me, come deal with me, a distraction to your day that can easily be eliminated. Unsubscribe to as many company email lists as you can. You always have to enter your email with companies to receive access to information, but you most likely have received the information that you requested and are no longer in need of all the daily solicitations that you're being sent. Maybe you want to continue to see information about the company, but would like them to come less often. Most times you can request that you receive information on a monthly basis instead. If you're no longer take the time to read the newsletters and e-zines, unsubscribe. For the news that you still enjoy and appreciate, read them on your breaks. It's a much better use of your time, better than getting distracted by information during workflow and lingering in email too long. Use CC and BCC sparingly. It is a wonderful tool to use when you need to get information out to a team of people. But when the reply all feature is then used, you can get hundreds of emails that you think you need to read or need to scroll down a lengthy thread to catch up on a conversation. Sometimes it's important to have that kind of interaction and access, so simply choose wisely when those times are critical. Defer email when possible. Keeping a schedule to read and properly address those emails is the most productive way to manage your workflow. Delaying an answer for 1 to 2 hours while you finish a task is better for you, the sender, and the receiver then gets your undivided attention. Don't answer every email. I'm inclined to want to answer and reply to everyone just so they get confirmation and validation. However, it is a distraction and email clutter to simply have one-word replies of thanks, done, or smiley face. Email in business should be used for communicating information, not expressing a quick emotion. Pam will now give us the final points to remember.
Excellent, thanks. All right, some of the more important points to remember are, please look at your email daily. Don't let it build up because it just becomes frustrating and time-consuming. Do make decisions on each email. Each email only takes a few seconds to decide its fate. Should you take action now? Can it be done later? Or is it a must-do now type of email? Do you need to wait until you have more information or to get answers from another source before responding to the email? Is it informational and do you want to keep it as a reference? Is it something that can be deleted or archived? Make sure you have a system in place. If you don't know where to start or you've begun but gotten stuck, consider hiring a VA. There are many that specialize in email management and can lead you to a place of less stress and more structure. Isn't that right, Dee?
Absolutely, Pam. Clarity and decisiveness are important steps during the organization and overall management of this ever so important business tool. If you find yourself lost in the process of effective email management and don't have the time to devote to the process, reach out to either myself or Pam and discover one of the many ways a virtual administrator can be the key to your success.
Awesome. All right. Well, that just about sums up our webinar for the day. I want to remind everyone who attended there is a free handout, the email management tips, 10 email management tips, and that's yours for attending today. Also, remind you that our next webinar in the series will be on September 13th. And then I just want to remind you that our information, how to get in touch with us, our phone numbers, email, should you wish to do that, is at the bottom of the screen. And then I'm going to leave you with a great quote by Ralph Marston. What you do today could improve all your tomorrows. Thank you so much for attending.
Thank you.